So, hello everybody, my name is Caroline Baile. I am the Vice President of Network Success and Support with Royal LePage Canada. And how this whole presentation came about was it was a conversation I was having with Phil and some of the broker owners. We were at a meeting and somebody said, hey, how did you get so successful? How did you do this? Can you come and talk to my agents about that? And so from there, it kind of transitioned into a presentation that we thought, you know what? It showed us that most of our agents don't even know the resources we have. So with me, I've been in real estate for almost 25 years, with Royal LePage almost 20. And it's that whole thing, you don't know what you don't know. Somebody had said when I was looking at our brokerage going, yeah, you know, it was okay, but I really didn't feel that it had the resources to take us to the next level. And somebody said, well, did you meet with, you know, the broker owner with Royal LePage down the street? And I remember saying, like, honestly, how could it be any different? And I walked through the door and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I was missing. So the professionalism, the training, the marketing, the office itself. And so that's where I really leaned into Royal LePage, getting into this as a second career. I thought, okay, you know what? I want to learn everything there is to learn about this industry and about Royal LePage. So went to the first conference, and whenever I joined, it was years ago, and after that just met so many people, drank the Kool-Aid, realized why when you join Royal LePage, you don't go anywhere else, because again, it's that whole you don't know what you don't know. So hands up in the room, how many people are new to Royal LePage? Okay, and are you new to the industry? Okay, so this will be really informative for you to see some of the resources we have, but also whether you are new to the brand or you've been with the brand, you're an experienced agent with Royal LePage, there are definitely some takeaways that you will be able to get from this that you will be able to implement into your business right away. So with Royal LePage, it's no secret what the success is. It is our powerful resources, it's a respected national brand, and it is a culture second to none. So what I'm hoping to do today is take you through some of those, show you some of the resources, talk about how you can leverage them as an agent. So this isn't like our learning services who will say, hey, here's RLP Sphere and this is how you input your database into it. What I'm going to do is talk to you agent to agent, belly to belly, to say these are, by leveraging, leaning into our resources and culture, this is how you can move your business forward. And it's interactive. I will be answering questions after. Alex and I will be sitting here, but if you have any questions as we go through, feel free to speak, because this is honestly, this is for you. So if you kind of go through and go, hey, you know what about this? Feel free to raise your hand and step in. So, yeah.
So before you go on,
yes.
I know you never tell your story about your rise to National Chairman's Club and how prominent your team has been and both teams have been. Could you tell us a little bit about that? Because not everybody knows. Okay, so when I got into real estate, I ended up making Chairman's Club a couple years in as a solo agent, no assistant, no team or anything, no coach. And I remember going to the first Chairman's Club and they go, how many people on your team? And I'm like, huh? And they're like, who's your coach? And I was just like, I just did it. And that's when everybody said, how did you do it? And it truly was attending Royal LePage events. It was meeting agents from across the country. So from there, I realized I needed to scale. Like, I think I did like 115 deals in a couple months in the first, and it was just, there was a reason I needed to grow the team. So from there, again, leaning into the resources of Royal LePage. So made Chairman's Club as a solo agent, then built out a very successful real estate team here in Ontario that is still thriving, continues to do well. I moved to Vancouver about 6 years ago. I did a lot of corporate transfers. 2 of my daughters were there, and my daughter said, Mom, why are you still living in Toronto and flying back to Vancouver for your clients? Why don't you just make this home and go back and forth? So I thought, oh my gosh, we're a national brand. We've got an office right where a lot of my clients are. So I ended up getting my license in BC, went out there, and within the first year of going alone, just basically made medallion level. And I was just like, I didn't even know what that was. So medallion level is kind of like a Chairman's Club, but for the entire BC real estate
industry. So whereas National Chairman's Club is with Royal LePage, with our 20,000 agents across the country, the medallion level is for top performers regardless of brand. And again, people said, how on earth did you do that when you don't even know anybody? And really, it was the relationships I made with Royal LePage agents. So I'm going to talk about the Facebook groups, but when people would be sending out referrals and it would go in some of the Facebook groups and it would say, hey, I've got somebody that's looking to move to Kelowna. I've got somebody looking to move to North Van. It didn't matter where it was. It was even Calgary. Anything like West Coast, it was like Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. To the point where agents in our office would even go, hello, I've been trading here for 30 years. Why are you referring to Caroline? And the agents back here said, I've worked with her. She gets the job done 100%. So literally my business grew and scaled 100% by being part of Royal LePage. It was the relationships I made, the connections I made, and really to this day, not only did it help me create a lasting, really successful business, but the friendships that I've made along the way are ones that I will take with me forever. Like they are my peers. So this is where, again, when you look at Royal LePage, I'm very passionate about it because I've been on the other side. I was with a boutique brokerage. And again, so somebody can say, regardless of what brokerage you have, oh, we've got training, we've got, marketing, we've got this. There is no comparison to what Royal LePage brings. And again, being in this industry almost 25 years, I've seen it. I've got friends who own brokerages and other brands, and they keep saying, Caroline, I'm like, I couldn't. It's never been about the money. It's never been about compensation. Like when people say, oh, well, all these new brands are coming out with different splits. It's never been about that. When you look at what you bring to the table and what you bring as an agent with Royal LePage, you can't compare that. So it would be like sitting across the table from somebody and they say, well, this agent down the street is going to do it for less money. What do? You lean into telling them about what you bring to the table and how you add value. It is the same thing with Royal LePage. It's not just about an office. It is about the layering and everything we bring to the table. Your office, your leadership team, your marketing, your events. So all those kind of things, leaning into it for your growth as a realtor, but also that you can share when you are talking to your clients, because that is really where you're going to scale. So any questions? It's a lot, and I kind of touched on some of what I'm going to talk about, but again, that's how this all happened. Is it was just very organically. We're talking to some of the broker owners, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, can you share your story with our clients and or our agents?" And that's when we're kind of like, there's so many things that we're really not utilizing to our benefit to move your business forward. So hopefully you get a few nuggets out of this today. So let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, Royal LePage by the numbers. Has anybody not seen this? Is everybody using it in your listing presentations and your buyer presentations? Anybody who's not using it? Okay, here's one of the fastest, simplest takeaways from today. This is worth its weight in gold. So when somebody looks to hire an agent, they work with people they know, they like, they trust. When you can then add on the additional layer of being part of Royal LePage, where Phil Soper, the president of Royal LePage, is the #1 most influential real estate leader in Canada. When you look at the fact that we have 20,000 agents from coast to coast, where's our business coming from? With so much, movement, realistically, it could be coming from one of those agents, but you also get the exposure with them. 1 in 3 deals across Canada is with the Royal LePage agent. That means every 3 minutes, a Royal LePage agent is doing a deal. That is huge, because again, who do you want to work with? People you know, you like, and you trust. When there's a Royal LePage agent on the other end of the deal, it just makes things go a little smoother, right? So again, it's that recognition, our reach. Royal LePage Commercial, which I'm going to do a little talk on. Did you know that Royal LePage Commercial is the largest and fastest growing commercial business in Canada? Like, we are bigger than everybody else. And I'm gonna go through the slide, so I don't wanna give it away, but over 650 commercial Royal LePage agents, and we've grown substantially over the last couple of years. These are all things. What does it mean for you as an agent? These aren't just stats. These are things that when you are talking to your clients, it adds value. They might have a business on the side. They might have referrals. These are all ways to layer on top of what you're already doing. The Shelter Foundation. I see we've got a couple people here that have been involved in the shelter. I've got a presentation on that. That is something over and above what you are doing. Because again, as a realtor, you are providing knowledge in the industry, but it is also all these things that add to what you are already bringing to the table. So does anybody have questions? Because this is one thing that, again, I would definitely put in your presentation. It's a speaking point, and just say that this is where it adds value. But again, it's not just taking this and putting it in, understanding and being able to articulate how this adds value to your clients and working through you. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, it's not just me. And I thought maybe, I didn't eat my Wheaties today, but. Okay, so with this, as we know, we have always been very proud of the fact that we are 100% Canadian. Never has it been more important than lately with everything happening to our friends in the South and around us. So again, this is something that we really lean into. We are proud to be Canadian. It really resonates in our marketing and all those other things. But this is something that, again, be proud of the fact that you are Canadian. It's interesting. I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, LinkedIn or any of those things, but in the last couple of weeks, we have got 2 huge brokerage from Keller Williams. Their entire offices came over, as well as RE/MAX. Why is that? It's not just the fact that people are saying, oh, we don't want to be part of an American brand. It's because they realize what we bring to the table for our agents as a Canadian brand. Absolutely everything we do is curated with a Canadian thank you thought process involved, understanding who our clients are, what our market is. So again, this is something to lean into. People are proud. They recognize the brand, and the fact that you can say that you are 100% Canadian, people appreciate that. Like, really, there has been no greater, really Canadian pride than in the last year. We've really seen that. So again, lean into the fact that Royal LePage is a Canadian brand. Oops. This way. Okay, RLP Sphere. You'll notice that this looks different now. So RLP Sphere is the backbone of our business. It should be the backbone of your business. It's now powered by Bold Trail, which takes it to a whole new level. Who in the room uses RLP Sphere in any way, whether it's for leads, whether it's for CRM? How are you utilizing it?
Right now, it's only for me, the database.
Okay.
And the quarterly emails that are going out to clients. So I'm still at the learning stage.
Okay, so you're using the CRM component of it, putting your databases in there, and then you are using the drip campaign to send them out quarterly reports. And do you do the monthly newsletters, those things?
No.
No?
Not yet.
Okay, and how are you utilizing it?
I'm using it for reminders, future tasks.
Perfect.
Email campaigns.
Great, and what about you?
CRM and then the property boost.
Perfect. So with this, again, when I bring up RLP Sphere, it is not to tell you how to use it, because we have our learning services for that. I am here to share with you as an agent how you can use this to drive your business, because RLP Sphere is the back end, it is the machine, it is the furnace that drives your business. In it, we've got CRMs. So the CRM is something that not only does it consolidate all of your contacts into one place, but we also have monthly newsletters, we have blogs, we have so many things curated for you in the Canadian marketplace that you can automatically send out to your clients. We have the website, the Royal LePage website. Who here uses the Royal LePage website? Okay, because if not, you should. In addition to the fact that you're saving money that I'm going to talk about, everything collaborates. So your CRM, your website, the marketing that goes out. So when I look at when I was a realtor before Royal LePage and RLP Sphere, I paid an outside company to do my website hosting. I had a separate CRM that was outside, and then I had a third marketing company that I paid to do my newsletters. That was about $1,500 a month. When you just do the very bare minimum, let's just say $1,000 a month for your website hosting, your CRM, and your marketing, that's $12,000 you can reinvest back in your business free just by being with Royal LePage. Like, these are the things, in addition to the fact that it saves you time so you can be out there networking, prospecting, doing deals. Because again, when you have the back-end machine that is actually sending out reminders, sending out communication to your database so you stay top of mind, it frees up that time for you to go out. So not only is it extremely cost effective for you, but it also frees up your time. So if you haven't gone into it, look into it. I know that they've got a lot of trainings going on because there is so much more that's come down to it. The smart leads, the drip campaigns are amazing. The client for life, like once you get your contacts into the CRM, all you have to do is click a little button and it says, do you want us to send out newsletters? Do you want us? You stay top of mind seamlessly. So definitely look into it. The whole thing, and I'm going to talk about it, it is really exciting because now it's gone to a whole other level, and we've got AI integration into the CRM. So when, say for instance, you're sending out newsletter or emails to your clients. So say for instance, you're talking to a client and you go, oh, okay, so it's slow, it's a summer. I'm so glad that you guys are here, but what a great opportunity to really look at your database and say, okay, who can I reach out to that I haven't, just to stay top of mind? And in it, so say for instance you go, but I don't know how to reach out to them. Like, I feel so bad. I haven't spoken to them in 2 years since I did a deal with them. Literally, you go into the CRM here with your RLP Sphere, go into their contact, and in it, you can put in the AI part of Gemini and say, draft me an email that is a professional email to my client that I haven't spoken to in 2 years, but give it a personal note. Done. So you can go, like, it is unbelievable what it is doing now. It literally powers the back end of your business. So it is constantly growing. It is constantly evolving. Look into it. If you haven't taken any of the courses, there are also a lot of the ones are right on our ROP network. .com, so you just look under training and it's there, but definitely step into some of those trainings. It is worth its weight in gold. Okay, so Google Workspace. Through Royal LePage, you have your @royallepage.ca email. That is actually, the back end of that is a Gmail email. It is not just your regular Gmail email, it is powered with all of these things. So say for instance, again, who uses their Royal LePage email? Okay, and are you utilizing some of these? Are you using the drive? Are you using the calendar? Are you using the search, the sheets? This is something that, again, not only does it save you time because everything is synced, but what it does is it saves you money. You no longer have to pay for Zoom. I used to pay for Zoom. Well, guess what? You've got Google Meets now. You no longer have to pay for Dropbox and things. You've got the Drive. There's so many things here that not only save you time, but save you money. Here's another cool feature that I don't know if you guys know, but say for instance, you're looking to set up an appointment with a client, or say for instance, you want to remind yourself to call somebody, right? So you go into your calendar, you just go and click in the little corner in the top right, and you go into your calendar and you look at the time that you're thinking, oh, maybe, I don't know, Thursday at 2 o'clock, I'm going to reach out to this person. When you go in there, on the left, it will be contacts. key in their name, it automatically populates it into your calendar and sends them a message that you can personalize. Did you guys know that that's even, that resource is there? So there are so many ways by utilizing this. And again, this isn't just your regular Gmail. This is Royal LePage. As an agent with our company, we pay extra to have all these resources for you. So that's what I'm saying. By so many of these things, they're there. We just don't always sit down and go, oh my gosh, I had no idea it was there. So it saves you time and it saves you money. So if you haven't, go through even Form, Cloud, Sheets, like now, same thing, Excel, all those other things that we used to do, you can do it here and it's there. Here's the other thing that's really cool with the integration of the system is, say for instance, you're working with a client, you're talking to them and they are either looking at listing or they just put in an offer and you're kind of saying, okay, you know what, let's walk through this. You literally go onto your calendar, set up the time, send them a link for a Google Meets, and in the meantime, you drag and drop the offer you just prepared, listing paperwork, and it pulls it up on your screen. So when you're talking to them face to face, it's right there for you guys to go through and walk them through. It is a game changer. So if you aren't utilizing some of these resources, definitely lean into them and see, because it really will free up a lot of your time, make you more efficient, and save a ton of money, and make you look really professional for your client. So if you aren't using it, go in, dig into some of those. Okay, so marketing magic. This is where I said, with all of these things, we've got all these resources, but then what does that mean for you? So the client click websites, again, if you aren't signed up with a Royal LePage website, definitely do that. Even if you have your own website from before, you can link it to your Royal LePage website, so there is collaboration between the different platforms. So if you haven't done that, speak to your leadership team, speak to our IT people, they can walk you through it, but definitely make sure that you are utilizing your Royal LePage website, because again, for lead gen, population of your marketing pieces, etc., it makes it all seamless. Client presentations. Who uses the Royal LePage presentations for listing presentations, buyer presentations? Anybody like that? Do you use that? Okay, so those of you who aren't, how do you do it? Where do you get those? Who's preparing them, and do you pay for them? So people that have been in here. So how did you do it, Jimmy, before?
I did it on Canva.
Okay.
I used the Canva template, customized it.
Perfect. And what about other people? How do you have listing presentations, buyer packages? Are you creating those on your own? Are you having outside companies do it? Regardless of where it's coming from, to know that Royal LePage has professional ones for you, it just makes it seamless. And again, you can personalize them. They are all done for you. The templates that are there, put in your photo, put in your contact, change colors to go with your branding. It is all there for you, including carriage trade for any of you who work in the luxury market. Social media assets, the campaigns, the covers. So again, when you saw the second or third slide that we had here, and it was the Canada, the big flag in the background, those are things that we have created. Those assets are readily available for you to put on the top of your social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, etc. We also have campaigns that you can send on social media. So we'll get into them, but some of them are so cute. Stories, again, by the numbers. If you don't have by the numbers, if you haven't shared them in your social media, a great way to get it out there to remind people, because again, real estate is hard. You're constantly going after the business if you aren't building those relationships. But instead of saying, hey, pick me all the time, get out there, be visible within your community and your clients. What a great way to showcase, remind people that you're in real estate, remind people that you are part of Royal LePage, which is Canada's real estate brand, by just sharing by the numbers. It's a great way to stay top of center, top of mind, and add value without going through the Royal LePage blogs, seasonal reports, preferred suppliers, all of these we're going to get into. So this is just a quick glimpse into some of these. So you've got the ball is in your court. Does anybody use any of these marketing assets for their social media? These are great. They are brilliant marketing advertising campaigns that are out there. 3 bids, 2 asks, 0 BS. These are great resources by the number. Key to selling your home. Who here uses the Moving Made Easier checklist? Perfect. And have you had any success with it?
Yeah, clients really appreciate it. We give them in advance, so we kind of
Yeah.
get them organized.
And that's a great thing. So with this, there are so many resources on rlpnetwork.com and under the marketing that you can utilize. Again, you are adding value instead of constantly asking, giving starts the receiving process. Give it to them. And guess what? Half the time they share it. And even say, if you know of anybody else looking to move or this is helpful, even if you're not looking to move till the fall or the spring, keep this in mind. Start decluttering, start putting things away. Great, great resources here. So again, look on the RLP network under marketing. The assets are there and available for you, which is great. Saves you time and money. Again, the carriage trade, we have a whole assortment of marketing pieces from signs, listing presentations for that if you're in that market. And we also have the awards and designations. So whether you are brand new, here's the thing. The consumers don't really know what the difference is between awards. So even if you are brand new to the industry, you got a sales award, regardless of what it is, be proud of it. You work hard for the business you are building. So I would say share it. It is a great way to validate, to give credibility to what you're doing, but feel proud of it. Get it out there, share it. We have all these assets for you, whether you're top 35, under 35, one of the Ruby Awards, top tier status. There are so many different awards in there that you can share with your audience, with your clients, with your family, with your friends. But on there, they also put it, not only is the logo there so you can add it to your website, you can add it to your business cards, your marketing pieces, you can actually, they've curated social media tiles that you can put out there. So all you do is put your photo in and it will be the same thing for shelter. So again, we've tried to make it as seamless as possible where it's all there. Utilize it, get it out there, be proud of what you do. So preferred supplier list. Did everybody know we have this? Is everybody sharing these with their clients? Okay, this is another great thing that comes out. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. How amazing is that when you've got a client or you're talking to somebody and they say, yeah, I really want to sell, but honestly, I've got so much crap, it's overwhelming. Oh, did you know that actually, you know what, don't worry about this because we can help you out. We can get you deals on 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Buyer's Choice, Canada Post. So some of these are for you, the deals. Allied Moving, what a great resource, again, to provide to your clients. It's over and above just the basic buy and sell. It's providing value to them. The Canada Post, this is another thing that is great for anybody. I know we lean into social media a lot, which is great because it's a cost-effective way to, maximize your exposure, but it should be a layer on top of what you're already doing. For any of you who are out there, I still believe in mail, getting things, and especially now because people are cutting back, it's a great way to get your brand out there, tactile, in the hands of people. And with Canada Post through Royal LePage, we have secured special deals for you. So when you go on to, again, I talk about it a lot because it really is where everything is on the network, is we have there, you just go in, click on it, and say, for instance, you say, I want to work in this specific market, in this neighborhood. It will give you the postal code. It will give you how many homes are there, so then you can print material. You also can work with them to have them deliver it. And do it. So again, these are resources not just for you, Wayfair, things like that, but that you can share with your clients. So if you are not aware of it, definitely go through. And again, here are some packing tips, some marketing pieces to use with it. The red market. Okay, who here wears Royal LePage stuff? Okay, what do you guys have?
Golf shirt, jacket.
Perfect.
Same thing, golf shirts, jacket, ball cap.
Okay, are any of you using it for gifts for your clients? Okay, again, this is like the secret sauce. There's so many things here. So look at this new little onesie. I love my new crib. How amazing would that be for one of your clients who, shares that they've got a new granddaughter, a new grandson, and go, oh my gosh, you send them that? You are going to be a rock star with them. They're going to share it. Not only is it promoting you, my guess is they're going to be sharing it with everybody else, going, oh my gosh, look at what my client got me. The umbrellas, the mugs, not only can you use them yourself, so when you are out and about, you're reminding people that you're with Royal LePage, but they are great gifts. Here's the thing, does anybody give a little thank you gift, like when they meet with somebody for a buyer or listing presentation? If you haven't, this is another little thing that I used to do, and it was just one of those things, because somebody said once, and they go, oh, you're trying to buy me? I said, no, I appreciate your time. Here's a little something, whether it was a candle, flowers, whatever. Now, what a great way to give them a water bottle, a mug or something, put it in a little bag. You stay top of mind with them. It is a great marketing tool. But I will tell you a story about the baseball cap, as simple as that. So for any of you who don't have any of these things, grab a water bottle, so when you're out and about, you're reminding people you're in it. Get a baseball cap. I think I've got them in every color and everywhere, in my bags, my whatever. I usually, so I'm dressed up now for this presentation, but usually on the weekends, I've got my hair in a ponytail and a baseball cap, and I'm running, doing grocery shopping and stuff. And I'd come from the gym and went to the grocery store. And I was at the cash, and this woman said to me, she looks at my hat, directly, and she goes, oh, you're with Royal LePage? She goes, you're a realtor, right? And I said, yes. And she goes, do you have a card? My daughter's looking to buy a condo. I'm like, yes. And literally the lady behind me, right beside me, goes, are you kidding me? It's that easy? And I go, no, not always. But people recognize the brand. Had I not worn that baseball cap, that lead would not have come in. It was literally for her daughter who was looking to buy a condo. Get it out there. Again, instead of, or, if you have children and you're on the sidelines at a soccer field or a baseball diamond, wear it. I've actually had it on sometimes running around like airports and things like that, and people come up to me going, hey, you're with whatever. I've actually run into other realtors, Royal LePage realtors, traveling where they recognize the Royal LePage hat or whatever, and came up to me going, oh my gosh, I'm with Royal LePage in such market. It really is a big family. So not only within our network, but also for the community around. Just remind them that you're out there without screaming. So if you haven't looked on it lately, go out there, get a golf shirt. They're all viable things that are great, not only for you. And again, even you look at this little moose, some of the things that's constantly changing. What a great way if you've got a client to give them a little something for their child, right? So put it in the baskets, your housewarming gifts, or just even meeting them. So then training. With training, we have, again, everybody's gonna say they have great training. We have industry-leading training, whether it's in person like today's event, whether it's online, whether it's virtual, whether it's designations we have the Investor's Edge designation, we have the Certified Luxury Home Marketing Special. We are bringing these courses, designations to you to make it easier for you to stand out and show your credibility. Differentiate yourself from the competition. We are actually bringing those to you. When I took those courses, I think I had to go down to the States and pay for flights and hotels and book the whole thing. You don't have to do any of that. We've actually got it as part of Royal LePage now that we're doing. And then training partners, whether it's Richard Robbins, Kathleen Black, Brian Buffetti. There are so many ways that we are here to layer that, to give you the tools so you can be the best, most professional agent in your market. Industry-leading training coaching, again, we've gone through. Last year, we had over 20,000 attendees. That means not only almost every agent participated in one or more of our trainings, but people numerous times seeing, and it's constantly changing. So these are two things now. The AI training, again, it's here, guys. Like, it's not going anywhere. So if you have not leaned into AI, get on one of our trainings. You should. Every week, I think Learning Services sends an email that goes directly to your Royal LePage inbox. See what trainings are there. AI is a big one. And again, it will also show you how it is integrated into the RLP sphere, into your website, so you can utilize it. But we also have the social marketer designation. This is, again, an official designation where we have an outside facilitator come in to train you on all the specialties. What does it mean for you as an agent? It's not just saying as a brokerage, oh, we're offering this training. we are providing the resources so you can sharpen your skills. And this is something when you are sitting across the table from somebody and you're hoping to get their listing, and they say, well, why should I use you? This is just one more thing to say is, well, in addition to all these other things that I bring to the table, I'm also a designated social media expert. What does that mean for you? It means I'm going to be able to market your property far beyond what everybody else is doing in the industry. Like, it really gives you that extra edge when you are trying to get that listing or working with the buyer. So if you haven't looked into it, the training is unbelievable. There are so many different topics and different ways that you can look through it. And then our commercial, because I know I'm talking. So this is what I'm saying. Did you guys even know that Royal LePage has a commercial division? Most people think of Royal LePage as residential because we are Canada's real estate company, but we also are the fastest and largest growing commercial real estate company in Canada. We have over 650 commercial agents, and that's not just people who dabble in it. Those are official commercial agents who have gone through the course and are designated, have gone through everything. And also, we've got almost a 75% growth in the last couple of years. What does this mean for you as a realtor? It means that, say for instance, you've got a client and you are dealing with them on their buy or sell, but maybe they're a chiropractor, or maybe they're an accountant and they're looking for something, or maybe they're in some other business. What you can do is, if you're not knowledgeable in that, don't try to take it on. But what it does is, it for you as an agent, you can reach out to one of our commercially designated realtors and get them to the deal. So not only are you helping your clients, but you're getting a referral as well. So again, this is just something over and above the layering effect of what you bring to the table when you are sitting across the table from a potential buyer or seller. Any questions on any of this? No? Are there any commercial agents in this office?
Designated commercial?
Okay, well, here's the thing. If they aren't, we've got 650 of them across the country, and I know that there are a lot in the GTA. So if you do have a client that's looking, just know that you can feel confident referring them to your client and also get a referral in the process. So again, great way to grow your business. And the Royal LePage Investor's Edge. Anybody here take the Investor's Edge program? Okay, so did you want to share with the group what it's all about and sort of how you think it's going to help you?
It's all about giving the updates on the pre-construction pretty much. Not only but in the resale, but what I liked about it is that it shows you the spreadsheet where you can put the numbers, how the down payment, what's the return over the years, how the market fluctuates. So it gives all this data that you can present to your client, which makes the decision easier.
Right, and so this is a brand new program that Royal LePage came up with after doing a survey and understanding 11% of Canadians own an investment property. That's over 4.4 million clients and growing. So it's not just people who are looking to buy and sell. This is a way to, again, layer on top of what you are already doing. And this program, this course was designed not for commercial agents in mind, but for a residential agent who says, you know what, I've got a client who says, I'm going to leverage the equity that I built out in my family home, and maybe I'll get an investment condo. Maybe I'll get something. That's what this is about. So what it does is it helps you understand ROI, return on an investment, cap rates again. So it's, without being rude, it kind of dummies it down for the average consumer, the average agent who isn't focused on just commercial. So again, it's something great to have. It's just one more thing that you can add to your tool belt for knowledge in it. Again, if that is something you're looking at, but if not, you can reach out to one of the agents, and it's amazing that you have somebody right in your office who has taken the course, who would be able to share that knowledge with you and your clients. And again, what a great way to help your clients out, but also build your business through those referrals. turning referrals into revenue, because this is what it's all about. So again, you look at all these things. How do you leverage our training? How do you leverage our marketing? How do you leverage the IT to go through? But now what it comes down to is, so what does that all mean? You're sharing your value, you're sharpening your skills, but it really is another way to build your business, and probably the number one way I built my business was through referrals within the Royal LePage network. So we have an international referral directory in over 40 countries of over 2,000 brokerages. We have the national referral directory. We have the national commercial group, the Facebook groups. Who here is not on our Facebook groups? Okay, so everybody's on the Facebook groups. Here are a lot of them. Some of them are closed, obviously, if it's Chairman's Club and Tiers, etc. Get on RLP Nation, get on RLP Conference Goers Group, the Royal LePagers, the Royal LePage Riders Club. We've got a couple here, like how amazing that, what is it, 3 in here right off the bat. What a cool way to get in touch with other realtors across the country and like-minded. Again, this isn't just for top producers. We hear that all the time where agents go, oh, it's all about the top producers. I'm not a top producer. Well, first of all, how are you going to build your business getting in front of these people so you do build your business to move up? But you don't have to be a golfer. You don't have to be a trucker. You don't have to be, there's so many ways here to get involved. But if you are not on here, take a picture of this, get on them today, because there is so much business going through. Like, I literally, my phone blows up every single day with people saying, hey, who do we have in Winnipeg? Hey, who do we have that deals with this? There is so much sharing that goes on. So get on these groups. And again, what a great way to, again, build your relationships. And if you don't have something, here's the other thing. If you're new to it, don't be shy. Click on some of these Facebook groups and say, hey, I'm, Susie from Mississauga, I'm new here, just want to let you know this is the area I work in, etc. Just introduce yourself. Would love to meet you. You don't have to have a listing. You don't have to pay anything. Just get on there, introduce yourself, and see what goes on, because you'll see all the referrals that go out. It's not a platform for sharing your listings or anything, saying, hey, I have this great listing in Mississauga. No, it's 100% based on referrals, and this is, again, leaning into the Royal LePage culture to move your business forward. So again, our 20,000 agents from coast to coast. So here's another thing. I always had this in my listing presentations, and I know some of the other agents said, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. What a great thing, this one sheet to, again, add in your listing presentation. We have a global referral network of over 72,000 agents, professionals across the globe. Over 2,000 agents in 150 countries worldwide, and RoyalLePage.ca got over 40 million clicks last year. They are coming from everywhere. This is great to have. What a great resource to have in your listing presentation, especially if somebody says, oh yeah, I know you guys do a lot and you have a lot of the market share in Canada, but what about the States? What about whatever? You can say, oh, well, on top of our 20,000 agents from coast to coast, we also have 72,000 agents across 2,000 brokerages. So again, it's good to know. Did you guys know we have this? So did you know, so say for instance, you have a client and they went to Costa Rica for March break, or they're in Mexico and they come back and they say, hey, you know what, it was really nice. Like, what would it be like to get an investment property there or timeshare or something? You're like, oh, well, what area were you thinking of? Oh my gosh, go onto the RLP website under our Royal LePage network, rlpnetwork.com, and under there where it says referrals, click on it. There are thousands of agents and it's all broken up by location. So say for instance, they're in Mexico and Cancun. It's going to give you a list of our offices and all the agents that have been vetted to work with you there. So again, what a great way to help your client be their go-to for everything real estate, not just buying and selling homes, but also make some referral money again. So how do you build your business? These are just ways to lean into what's already here. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. And culture, our secret sauce to limitless growth. This is something that, again, there's nothing like it. I told you when we started, a really good friend of mine owns a brokerage with a different brand. I literally I couldn't go. Like, it is the culture of Royal LePage. There is something about this brand. There's something about being Canadian. It truly is a big family. So if you haven't been to any of the events, I highly suggest going. I'm gonna give you a couple little clips on the National Sales Conference. We've got leadership. We've got kickoffs. So when I talk about the Royal LePage culture and events, it's not just the big ones. Like, yes, at the National Sales Conference, you're gonna meet agents from coast to coast, and that's really where you're gonna be building those referrals, but it's everything. It's being here. It is attending events right in your office where you are meeting other agents. What are the chances that one of the agents in your office is gonna be sitting across the table on a deal? What about when you are looking at going on vacation and you sit there going, oh, I don't know who's gonna fill my spot, who's gonna take after my clients? You already know people sitting right here. Start building the relationships with the people in your office. And it's funny because so many times people said to me over the years, oh my gosh, why are you friends with your competitors? Like, you're giving all your secrets away. They're in your office. I'm like, they're not competitors, they're colleagues. You need to change that mindset and that messaging and saying, everybody in here, don't look at them as competitors, look at them as family members, look at them as colleagues, because I will tell you, if there's ever a chance where, situation where, say for instance, you've got showings and you've got a child that's sick or you've got car trouble, know that you can pick up the phone and call anybody in your brokerage. Start building the relationships here. You would be surprised. Again, it's like everything in life. Giving starts the receiving process. The more you can build those relationships. And guess what? Even somebody to talk to about challenges. It is a slower market now. We've got a lot of things happening, a lot of balls in the air. Most likely the people in the office and in your community are dealing with the same thing. So what a great way to get together for coffee, grab a lunch, and go through those. So really lean into some of these things, trainings, office, and the shelter. So this was a picture taken in Winnipeg. This was 2 years ago. We had our National Sales Conference in Winnipeg. Who goes to Winnipeg? Not me, unless it's a conference. So it doesn't matter where the event is, it's about connecting with the agents. Was anybody at our Winnipeg conference? 3 of you guys. Okay, great. Like, it just goes to show this was amazing. This was a intimate dinner with, 1,000 of your closest family members. So it was so great. It was fun. It wasn't just the dinner, which everybody was doing after this, and it was cool. There were big bonfires and there was a band. You are connecting with agents, building relationships over and above just saying, hey, do you want to do a deal? Or hey, I've got this. You truly build relationships, because I will tell you, throughout your life, being with Royal LePage almost 20 years, my closest friends, whether it's births, deaths, whatever's going on, you're there for each other. It goes far beyond just the deal, the transaction. So lean into it. I've got 2 videos I'm going to show you really quickly. Okay, so.
I don't think you're gonna be able to press play on that.
Okay, so if you can do this, because this is great. So this was from last year's one in Calgary, and this is just, for anybody who hasn't been to one of our national sales conferences, this gives you an idea of what it's all about. And sound.
Headphones.
Okay. But there is so much that goes on, so much learning, so much. It's just a great, oops. There you go, tech's great when it works. It is a cool site. If you haven't seen it, and for those of you who haven't been to an event, it truly is spectacular. It is, there's learning, there are breakouts, there are social events, there are keynote speakers, there's just so much that goes on. So let's see if we can do it with sound, because it is great with the sound. Nope. But these are some of the things that you can see, and a lot of it, there's so much with shelter. I'll get out of your way. Well, this will give you an idea. Even if you can't hear it, look at the excitement. Look at what goes on. It is definitely spectacular. And for anybody who has not been at one of these events, I truly would. What a great way to meet people, doing the little games and the breakouts and sitting over speed networking. Again, getting engaged in what's going on. Did you guys know that it would be like this? People think a real estate conference, you go, oh my gosh, it's gonna be boring. I don't wanna be sitting in, in a hotel all day, sitting in front of meetings. There is so much more that goes on. And again, this is where you build those relationships that are going to move your business forward. Whether it's the Trek, whether it's motorcycle clubs, you are building connections, friendships, and referral partners across the country. Like this was all part of it. We actually, in Calgary, so they had an East versus the West. So the hockey teams, it was Eastern Canada versus Western Canada. And it was great. And half of them weren't even really, none of them are professional, but they were all out there. What a fun thing. We had pickleball tournaments. Oh yeah. Now it's perfect. Loud.
Loud.
Okay. My voice, I can talk, I don't sing.
We'll share it with you guys.
Yeah, you can share, because if nothing else, it's worth seeing. It just gives you a bit of information, and again, you've got this deck so you can keep it and show them, but there's just...
I AirPlay it from my phone, if you want.
Sure. The culture here, of the coat. Anyway, you know what, you guys will get it. So this is just an idea of what's out there. It's everything from awards to shelter to everything. So let's see if, okay, can we do this? Volume on this, because this is important.
Leave it there, that's a good look.
Yeah. Okay, so you can read what Phil's saying. This is basically, we know this year's conference, National Sales Conference, is in Nashville. We understand all the challenges that are going on with it being in the States. It's one of those things, it was planned years ago. And as Phil says, Alex is gonna send this out to you. So if you haven't seen Phil's message on social media, it really speaks to the fact that this isn't about supporting the States. The money's already been spent. It was booked years ago. We can't get out of it. The hotel's booked, the venue's booked, the speakers are booked. At the end of the day, by not going because you're like, oh, I don't like Trump and what's happening in the States, you're only disservicing yourself, right? So this is the one opportunity the entire year to get together with your fellow colleagues from coast to coast. It's a great event. And as Phil goes through, he said it really is, it will be unfortunate if you don't go because of that. So anyway, I'll move through this, but again, and as he's saying, next year, rest assured, it will be back in Canada. It is very rare. The last time we did a national sales conference in the States, it was Vegas years ago. We do try to keep them in Canada, and I think the only time it was in Vegas too was because it was supposed to be in Nova Scotia, in Halifax, and the conference center wasn't ready. Well, where do you quickly find room for 1,000 people and move them? It's gonna be usually the States. So anyway, that was the last one we did. Everything else has been in Canada. Moving forward, it will be, and I can guarantee you that next year's conference will be in Canada.
Carolyn, I have an update. They've broken 550 registrations.
Woohoo! Yay! So that's amazing. They are coming, and I'm speaking to our new KW recruits, the offices that came on next week. They are over the moon. They're used to whatever, and they're just like, oh my gosh, we can't wait. We love Royal LePage. We want to learn and meet everybody. And so it's going to be even more. But here's the thing. With a smaller group, so 550 is amazing. What a great opportunity, again, to get face-to-face, belly-to-belly with these people in an environment where you are building relationships. You're finding out where they're from. Again, it's not as large as, 1,000, 1,200 people, but that's a great thing. For anybody who had been to Head Start before, I always used to go to Head Start, and people, so every second year, I'll give you a bit of background for those of you that are new. The Royal LePage National Sales Conference used to be every second year because in the interim, there would be Head Start, which would be a smaller conference put on by the BC, the West Coast agents for the West Coast agents. And then we decided there were so many people that ended up wanting to go to it because, again, the relationships, the referrals coming out of it were great. And then it ended up being where Royal LePage ended up doing a conference every year. So now we don't have the small one. But what I'm saying is, whether it's a large conference with 1,000 people or smaller with 500, which is still a lot, it is those relationships you are building. And it is a great opportunity. It is going to be so much fun. So for anybody who hasn't registered, we've got all the registrations coming through. You can click on it. We've got preferred rates for hotels up until I think August 10th. So if you are thinking of going, make sure you book that now because you will get the special Royal LePage rate locked in. So the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation, this is something that, again, as a brand really sets us apart, sets you apart from the competition. So again, when you're sitting across from that client and you can say, you know, why should I work with you? Well, we're going to talk about the commission donor program when you can say, not only do you get my expertise, professional service, outstanding results, but in working through me, you can feel good about actually giving back to the community, because in working through me, I give part of my commission to the women and children in shelters right in our very own community. So this is a company, we are Canada's largest charity for this. Again, raised over $51 million, and it's more to date. And this is through all sorts of things, whether it's golf tournaments, whether it's garage sales, regardless of what you do. We've had some of the offices where they do bake sales, or every Friday it's jeans day, and you know, everybody donates $10 to get to wear jeans. I mean, everybody wears they still do it, and it's fun because people come in different jeans, but different ways to support the shelter. Again, you are building community within your office, and you are showcasing that community with the clients that you serve. And the nice thing about the Shelter Foundation is 100% of the money raised goes to the actual charity itself. I support other things. I just did the Ride to Conquer Cancer. It's frustrating. I do it because I have friends that have gone through cancer, but it's frustrating to know that probably less than 40% actually goes to the cause itself. The rest goes to administration. With Royal LePage, you can feel good and share this with your clients that 100% of the donations go directly to the charity itself, to the women and children who need it. 80% of the dollars goes to the shelter in your area, and 20% goes to creating educational programs to eradicate domestic violence. That's really key, hitting some of the agents. So we definitely work with all the communities across the country, your local ones, and say, where do you need it? And again, the nice thing is too, is any money that you raise goes to the shelter right here in the community. What a great way to give back to the community, to showcase that to your agents, to differentiate yourself within the community as somebody who is really giving back. So again, not only getting them, you know, giving them great service, but also committed to the community and giving back to where they serve. This is something too, if you are doing it, we have all these resources for you, whether it's flyers, whether it's sign riders. Proud to donate for every home sold. That rider, if you are part of the commission donor program, who here is part of the commission donor program? Okay, thank you for that. Honestly, it is, and I will tell you, when I joined up with Royal LePage, it was something that was another thing that I'm like, oh my gosh, I just like love this company. Like everything about it was so Canadian, it was so different. And to know that we had the opportunity to give back and it took nothing from us so I could help. They did everything. But here's the thing, by doing it, you hopefully differentiate yourself from your clients, the buyers, the sellers. You get the deal. The community, the women and children in the shelter right here in your community benefit from the dollars raised. You also get a tax receipt. Like, it should be a no-brainer, and it is anything from $25 a deal. People don't know how much you donate. Like again, I think we're 27 years now, but we always said, like even $25 a deal, they don't need to know. They just need to know that in working with you, part of your commission, you are donating. How amazing is that? And you can even put with that sign rider, so everybody driving by the community, what a great way to have you stand out. Again, we have all these little marketing assets you can use, flyers. You can put this, once you're a commission donor, you can actually put that logo on all of your marketing pieces. So again, remind people that you're doing it. And I will tell you, when I moved back, so I'm from Ontario, moved to Vancouver and moved back this spring, and my place there, obviously I used a Royal LePage agent, and she sent me one of these little things, and I know, but I thought, oh, that's great. I got the little thing saying, hey, thank you for working with me, and buying and selling through me. Part of my commissions goes, and it is a nice touch. And again, it's something I'm passionate about, but if I was a client, I would feel pretty happy to be working with an agent who gives back. So again, not only do we do all this for you, we actually provide assets for you to promote yourself within the industry. So again, making every deal count. If you have your phones, I would click on this QR code. If not, reach out to Alex, reach out to your leadership team. It is a great way, honestly, to be involved. Here's the other thing that's really interesting. So just as the guys here in the Riders Club, it's a tight-knit family, anybody who's part of the Shelter Commission Donor Program, it's a family, because when they are looking to refer, a lot of times they'll say, well, they're going to look to see who's a commission donor in that area. They want to support agents who support the cause. It's just one more layer of ways that you can build your business, not only within the community, but within the network. So again, reach out to your leadership team if you aren't on it. It's a great way. And here's the thing, it's not like you're putting out money. You're only having that if you do a deal. So at the end of the day, you say, hey, I'm going to do $25 a deal. We've got agents who will donate 1% of their commission to, like, it's anything. Nobody needs to know. All they need to know is you are committing, because it is a lot. You work hard for your money, so it is really appreciated when people, give back to the shelters in their community. And the Nightlight Walk this year is I think it's the 24th. This was last year's, but I think this year's going to be the 23rd. Did anybody here attend the Shelter Nightlight Walk last year? Okay, if you haven't, it is so much fun. And again, it is such a great way to remind your clients, remind the community that you are in Royal LePage. Start leading up to it, saying, hey, there's no cost. They can get involved as a Royal LePager. I think it was like $25, something like that. But the first $5, you get a toque, you get lights, you walk through. It is fun. It is, families come. And when we look at that, most of the people that they interviewed on the walk were never Royal LePage consumers. They were just people in the area going, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, everybody was coming out going, because what we usually do is saying, leading up to an event, door knock the area, but put it out on your social media and say, hey, so excited, gonna be walking in the upcoming Shelter Nightlight Walk. It's a 3-kilometer walk through town. It's just a great way, again, to give you visibility, to give you something to share on social media, to remind them that you're with Royal LePage, but also to showcase how we are giving back. Again, absolutely everything I spoke about today is in the RLP network. So whether it's the marketing, whether it's the training, whether it's the referrals, absolutely everything is in here, the red market. So if you haven't gone on it, click. I'll tell you one other little secret that's interesting. So for those of you that don't look on it every day, I would probably suggest having it as your screensaver or having it high on your list, because in the top right corner, when you log on to your RLP network, it will give you where you are year to date versus different sales levels. So say, for instance, you can look and say all of a sudden you're here and go, oh, I'm like one deal away from hitting that next level or whatever. It's just a way to keep you accountable, because how often do you track your business? Who here tracks their business with every deal and against their goals? Okay, congratulations to you guys. Most people don't. So this is a great way to have it done for you. Again, it's just a reminder to keep you accountable and excite you about getting to that next level. So that is it, everybody. Thank you for taking time to listen to me. Hopefully you got some nuggets. Again, what I shared here is not rocket science. It's not reinventing the wheel. It is literally leaning into the resources that we have here for you. So thank you. Any questions? Did you want to come up here and?
No, you covered everything. That was absolutely wonderful. I do have one question.
Okay.
If there was the lowest hanging fruit for an agent who wants to go from here to here,
Yeah.
what do you think they're missing?
Well, I would say the first thing would be their CRM. Like, I think the biggest thing, because it doesn't cost, they're already there. Just take the time to put your contacts in the CRM, because then it starts working for you. Like, that for sure I would do. And the second thing, really low-hanging fruit, would be getting involved in getting on the Facebook groups. Like, again, no cost getting out there. So some of those things would be, and just getting out and meeting your fellow realtors. But those would be the things. It is definitely your CRM, putting it in to the RLP sphere, because it's collaborative within each of the programs. But again, it's a great way for you to stay top of mind without doing anything. Thanks. Any questions from the floor? No? Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Okay.